Did you know that in recent studies, more than 300 million people globally suffer from anxiety or depression at any given time? Or consider that in the US alone, nearly 1 in 5 adults say they contend with serious mental health challenges. What this tells us is, in our modern era, many of us walk through life burdened by fear, restlessness, indecisiveness, loneliness, and inner exhaustion. You and I, we've likely felt it, waking up with a knot in your chest, the mind racing with worry, or the body tense from weeks of stress. We search for balance, but often only feel more fragmented. Welcome. You are watching the first in a new series, The Asian Compass, Principles for a Life of Clarity, Strength and Harmony. My interest in Asian philosophy and mindset began years ago, during my time doing humanitarian work throughout Southeast Asia. As I immersed myself into the heart of each culture, from quiet villages to busy cities, I began to see how differently people approached life's challenges. I observed how they managed the mental, emotional, and even spiritual aspects of everyday living, not through struggle, but through balance. Over time, I befriended many who became my teachers. They shared with me their guiding principles, ancient disciplines, and timeless mindsets for living with clarity, strength, and harmony. These lessons changed the way I see the world. And now, through the Asian Compass series, I want to share them with you. In this series, we explore Eastern wisdom and how those timeless insights can enrich, heal, and expand our modern lives. Some of you may have heard of 1 or 2 of these ideas. Many have not. But together, we will dive deeper, in a fresh way, combining East and West, so these principles become real in your daily life. And yes, in future episodes, we'll even fuse 2 or 3 of these principles together into integrated mindsets and practices, making them more potent than when taught alone. Today we begin with Shin-Gi-Tai, often translated as hear, mind, skill, technique, and body embodiment. The phrase Shin, heart, mind, inner life, intention. Gi, technique, skill, craft, learned methods. Tai, body, physical embodiment, posture, health. While the 3 elements have existed in Asian philosophies for centuries, the compound Shin-Gi-Tai was more explicitly popularized in modern Japanese martial arts and sports pedagogy in the mid-20th century. For example, in judo circles under the influence of teachers such as Haku Mishigami in Shanghai in the 1940s, and later adopted broadly in martial and training systems. In Budo arts, which is martial arts with spiritual and ethical dimensions, the concept is used as shorthand. True mastery demands alignment of heart, skill, and body. The deeper meaning is this: without inner clarity, Shin techniques become hollow. Without practiced skill, Ji, intention remains impotent. Without a well-anchored body, Tai, nothing holds. When these 3 unite, they become a living loop. Your inner life shapes your methods. Your practice embeds them in habit. And your body becomes the trusted vehicle through which your values live daily. In dojo lore, there's a telling parable. A young student comes eager to master spectacular moves. And the teacher first instructs the student to sit every dawn and just breathe, Shin. After months, the student's techniques feel steadier. Then the teacher asks the student to carry water pails up the hill for weeks, not as punishment, but to build humble strength, Over time, the flashy moves land reliably, supported by heart and body. The lesson, technique without roots is unstable. So why does Shin-Gi-Tai matters for modern life? We often think of personal growth in fragments. I'll work on my mind, I'll go to the gym, I'll study skills. But all too often, those efforts stay disconnected or one lags far behind the others. We may meditate or journal, but never transform those insights into better habits. We may consume courses and methods, but our lack of inner direction or embodiment makes them superficial. We may train the body, but if our body acts as a vessel for a restless, undisciplined mind, it's weary and fragmented. Shin-Gi-Tai invites coherence. It offers a compass, not a rigid path. When you bring heart, skill, and body into alignment, you begin to respond to life with presence, groundedness, and integrity. What can you expect over time? Fewer reactive impulses, more mindful responses, greater trust in your body, less psychosomatic tension, more fluid integration of learning into daily action. A deeper sense of purpose and identity that isn't swayed by external approval. Let me share a personal story, my journey with Shin-Gi-Tai. This is from a moment from my own path. A few years ago, I found myself in a season of crisis. Overwhelmed by expectations, burnt out from constant productivity mode, and spiritually dry. I'd read many books and tried many methods, yet my life felt hollow. My body was tense, my heart was restless. One day, quite randomly, I sat in silence, breathing, not to get somewhere, but simply to feel the weight in my chest. That was my first deliberate return to Shin. Over the next weeks, I practiced one small technique, writing a letter of appreciation each morning to someone in my life. And I began walking outdoors with intention, noticing how my posture shifted, how breath aligned. Slowly, a subtle change happened. When conflict arose, I paused. I remembered that heart posture. I no longer leaped to defend. My practice of small kindnesses became natural. My body felt more at ease. The restlessness didn't disappear overnight. But I had a framework to return to gently recenter. That's the gift of Shin-Gi-Tai, to offer you a home, a returning point, even when life feels chaotic. How to apply Shin-Gi-Tai in your daily life? Here is a practical roadmap you can begin with. Begin with Shin, meaning heart-mind. Each dawn or quiet moment, pause for 5 minutes of stillness, breath counting, journaling, prayer. Name one guiding value for your day. For example, compassion, clarity, patience. Let that anchor decisions and keep you from being hijacked by anxiety or reactivity. Then, cultivate using skill with intention. Choose one micro skill that aligns with your purpose: listening better, clear communication, time blocking. Break it into micro steps and intentionally practice 10 to 15 minutes 3 times a week. Don't rush. Remember, depth over breadth. Next, embody Tai. Body, posture, breath before a meeting or challenge. Stand tall for 1 minute, take 3 slow breaths. Walk with intentional rhythm for 10 minutes daily, noticing your alignment and presence. Use your body as a bridge between heart and action. Then close the loop, giving reflection and feedback. After any action or decision, journal 2 lines. What did my heart intend? Did my practice support it? How did my body carry me? Over time, these reflections become data, not judgment. Let me share this poetic affirmation. I steady my heart, refine my craft, and let the body speak the truth I hold. And one more affirmation that's practical. Today, I choose one small skill to practice. Breathe before I act and move with purpose. Let me ask you, if someone watched you for 1 hour, what impression would they get of what's inside your heart, your competence and your presence? Let me stress to you that Shin-Gi-Tai is not about becoming a perfect version of yourself. It's a compass, a living alignment you return to again and again. In the days ahead, when you feel disconnected, reactive, stuck, or weary, come back to heart, skill, body, gently, curiously, without judgment. Okay, this is just one of the 31 principles in the Asian Compass. 31 principles for a life of clarity, strength, and harmony. In the guidebook, you'll discover the full list of Asian concepts, each with bonus reflections, expanded pathways, practical mental action steps, poetic and practical affirmations, mind check and mirror prompt questions that go deeper than what we can cover in video. The book is your companion off-screen when you're journaling, walking, or sitting quietly to integrate these truths. Thank you for spending this time with me, for staying until the end. I've shared Shin-Gi-Tai because I live by it, imperfectly, always returning. And I believe it can bring you a steady compass in the storms. May your heart, your craft, and your body align in greater coherence day by day by day by day by day. If this lesson resonated with you, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to follow the Asian Compass series. Each episode explores a new principle from the East, helping you discover which mindset or philosophy aligns most deeply with your life and spirit. Sometimes the wisdom that changes your life is the one that simply feels right for you. If this message speaks to you, I invite you to explore these principles more deeply in my guidebook, The Asian Compass, 31 Principles for a Life of Clarity, Strength, and Harmony. It's a guidebook created especially for Western seekers of timeless Eastern wisdom. You can find it on Amazon and other available platforms. This is a very powerful companion to this video series, designed to help you apply each concept to your own journey of growth, balance, and peace. Check out my links in the description.